Think of the last time you walked into a bar to chat with a friend over food and drinks. Now, imagine your ability to do those things, walk, talk, eat, drink, see, stolen from you. Oh, then being told there's no cure. That's what happened to my mum. When mum started to feel dizzy, she tried the usual advice: drink more water, eat more snacks, take naps. But whatever she did, it wouldn't shift. She saw doctors, opticians, specialists. No one had a clue. Most haunting of all was when she explained it to one healthcare professional as, something has happened to me that I cannot explain. But it felt as though they just dismissed her, blaming her age or saying it was anxiety, brushing aside how much she was actually struggling. But it was in her eyes, the absence of spark, the dullness, the vacancy. That was the family's light bulb moment, that there might be something wrong. Then Mum began to fall 3 times in 5 days, including down the stairs. Each time she fell backwards, a telltale sign of her illness, though we didn't realise it then. Eventually, she saw a doctor who warned it could be Parkinson's. Mum was referred to a neurologist, and while scary, we took comfort in knowing there was a name for all this, and at least the illness could be managed. Then Mum saw the neurologist. This time, she came away being told she may not have Parkinson's. It could be progressive supranuclear palsy. Bit of a mouthful, hey? What was this weird-sounding illness? We began to Google. Then the sky fell out of the earth. Death of brain cells. Poor prognosis. No cure. PSP falls under the Parkinsonian umbrella, but it is much more like motor neuron disease or ALS. Words cannot describe what it is like to see an able-bodied person become disabled, how they shape-shift into someone unrecognisable. As Mum's mobility declined, it became harder for her to get around. She would furniture walk, holding onto sofas, walls or door frames to keep balance while moving in the house. And whenever we went out, we would always link arms. She joined a specialist exercise group led by neurophysiotherapists, where Mum could be around people like her. I remember one class vividly. After finishing her session on the rowing machine, it was time for Mum to get off. She stood up, her legs positioned on either side of the seat, but her left leg would not move. Despite her efforts, she couldn't swing it over. I watched helplessly as her leg began to tremble, as if the signal from her brain just couldn't quite reach it. It broke my heart. It was starting. These were the first signs of her not being able to walk. I watched in horror as Mum deteriorated. She withdrew from conversations, unable to keep up as they became too difficult for her to follow. Her voice changed. The lively roar that once shouted at referees during football matches, now soft and fragile. Then came the stammering, the struggle to recall words, until her speech dwindled to a faint whisper. Soon, all she could manage was a simple yes or no. After that, she relied on thumbs up or down to communicate, until even that slipped away. The silence that followed was devastating. I never knew silence could be so loud. Mum couldn't move a muscle, not even a finger, as she became trapped inside her own body, fully aware of everything happening to her. The roles had flipped. The woman who once looked after me as a child was now the one that I looked after. She depended on hoists for every single movement, and I battled to get funding so we could hire a living carer and keep Mum at home, just like she wished. We cherished every moment, keeping Mum involved as much as we could. My sister and I sat by her bedside, sharing stories, And when I couldn't visit, I phoned daily, speaking to Mum through the carer on speakerphone so she could hear my voice. Every time Mum had a significant decline, like not being able to walk or talk, she'd level out for a little while before the next big change came along. It felt like jumping through a heap of fire only to have another 20 waiting for you. I stumbled through life in a daze, overwhelmed by trauma of seeing Mum decline. It was heartbreaking when Mum began struggling to swallow. We had watched her transition from eating regular meals to easy to chew, then to minced and moist food, and finally to pureed. But nothing could prepare me for the moment she needed to be fed through a syringe. Then came the choking episodes, when food went down the wrong way and she tried to cough it up but lacked the strength or control to do so. It was harrowing to see her suffer, and no doctor could help. When Mum died, even though she had been so poorly, it was still a huge shock. The battle that had consumed our lives was suddenly over. I couldn't quite grasp what we had all just lived through. Yet, with Mum gone, there's comfort in knowing she is no longer suffering. Some might call death losing the battle. But to me, she won. PSP can't get her now.